Jump into my character here and start playing some Diablo. As soon as it loads. Wow, there it goes. Alright, so I finished, I didn't finish, but I got up to 70 as you see. Paragon level 67. Got some good cosmetics going on the Necromancer. I got a new build. I rebuilt him entirely. I'll go ahead and get on and show you. And then I started the. Go over there. There we go. There we go. Started the rogue. So I got her started doing some levels. Got up to level 11. Not real far, but she's just a regular seasonal. My Barb is just a regular seasonal. And then he's a solo self-found, which is new for this season. If you don't know, the solo self-found is basically seasonal, but also with another caveat: you cannot share, you cannot trade, you cannot otherwise group up with any party members. You can only strictly play solo. Bosses, everything solo. So I've really enjoyed it. It kind of brought me back to old school Diablo. Kind of made me feel like I was playing the older game again. So it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Got him running. I started out running a shadow build, and I switched it up because it wasn't doing nearly good enough. So here, I'll go out here where we can see everything. So I am a minion build. However, my minions aren't my main damage. Go in here. So my main damage, and this is something new to me, something that I kind of was just playing around with it, and so far, I won't say it'll go all straight in game, but so far, I'm running a basic skill as my primary damage. I'm running Decompose. 15 out of 15. I've got it with Putrid Burst. I've got Lucky Hit Chance, and I've got damage bonus. I could switch this to crowd control, give me a 50% crowd control, which I could use in a way to chain more damage, because damage against crowd control, right? And I'm already doing a lot of other crowd control as well. But Lucky Hit is good in its own way. It's got, if I can stack different procs, like one, for example, that I'm running on right now is in my here, and this really helps out. So the freeze chance on here, 50% chance on Lucky Hit. Well, my Decompose gives me a 30% chance of Lucky Hit. So 30% chance to Lucky Hit. Get that Lucky Hit, I have a 50% chance out of those Lucky Hits to freeze for 1 second. If I'm doing with Decompose being a channel spell, I'm getting, I don't know how many hits per second. I'd have to actually do some calculating there, but I'd have to go down to the dummy and see how many hits per second I actually get. But I'm getting, let's say, a lot of hits per second. And the more I increase my cast speed or my hit speed, my attack speed, the more that's going to go up. So the more chances I have of freezing, the more crowd control I'm doing, the less likely things are just going to get to me. Now I could probably put that slow on and bring that even up even higher. So that's a thing I'm thinking about. I just haven't made that switch yet. But going back to my build, My next main skill is corpse explosion. Uh, but I don't use it like, I guess, typically. I'm not using bloody mess. I will sometimes. I have used shrapnel, but mainly I use miasma. I stack dots, and my dots. If you see that 120,000 damage over 6 seconds, so it's over 6 seconds, but that is a lot of damage. And something I've realized is that it stacks on itself. So for if I'm creating bodies or corpses underneath the person's feet or the victim's feet, and then I start casting miasma underneath their feet, every corpse is going to be a miasma pool. So that's going to stack. And I know it stacks because you can watch the health bar slowly go faster and faster and faster drain as I add stacks to it. So I know it stacks. I add that stack to my decompose, so now I'm doing another separate dot on top of it. And I've got this set up with corpse efficiency, so that allows, because I'll show you here in a little bit, I'm using my minions and they use corpses as well. But essence generation, so I don't have an essence problem of any kind whatsoever. Next, I'm going for, so I have skeletal warrior or skeleton warrior here, but my next main is going to be blight and skeletal mage. My blight is 15 of 15, and I've got it with the whirlpool. I use it as a pool. I use it to gather the enemies, and sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 shots to gather a really big group into a small area. Once I've got them in a small area, I've got miasma, I'll stack on them, and then I'll also stack decompose. And with putrid burst, if you read, causes around the target every second, dealing another 31,000 additional to them and nearby enemies. So as I stack them up on top of each other, I'm hitting more and more people or more and more enemies with that dot. Then I've got the dot that this also applies. It applies its own blight, 30% increased damage to crowd control enemies, and it chills, so it crowd controls on its own, and it deals its own corruption dot. Then I go over here. Now I've got the mages, and the mages are based, if you at the top you see darkness damage. So the darkness damage, what that's doing for me is all my abilities are mostly darkness. If you'll see here, all my primary abilities are darkness abilities. So I can increase darkness damage and increase everything, including my mages. And I've got my mages set up to give me, this is another important aspect of my build, really important aspect of my build, is resolve. So I stack resolve. My mages are set up to give me resolve. It's only a 5% chance, 1 stack of resolve possible per hit, depending, a 5% chance possible per hit. With 5 mages out there, and I increase their attack speed, I use my golem, and I've got him on. I also have my golem and my skeletal warriors also have a passive, a usable 3, so that's a 6 immediate resolve. And then I've got damage bonus, gives 30% increase. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Okay, wait, no, it's this. Yeah. It is now larger, gains an aura of command, increasing the cast speed and movement speed of your other minions by 20%. So that increases the cast speed of my mages. Increasing the cast speed increases the hit, increases the chance, and increasing the amount of times that they are stacking my resolve. Now, this is actually working for me pretty well because I can watch my resolve in a fight in packs bounce, and I can stay pretty regularly between 6 and 16 stacks. And I've got 16 because I did a imbue, or what do you call it, temper, in some of my gear for max resolve. So I have some pieces that are max resolve, and I have some pieces that are max life, and then I have several others that are darkness damage. And that's how I'm doing my tempers, is those 3. Either darkness damage, max life, or I just said it. Yeah. brain fart. Anyways, those three. I have those three. Now, as far as like the passives here, so it's 30% additional damage, and then area bonus damage, so another 40% additional damage. So that's damage on damage. This one's resolve, and then critical strike chance. So I'm also getting a higher critical strike chance. Again, it's only 5%, but I get it with more enemies, with more skeletons, I get more percentage chances. So that's the majority of my build. Skeletal warriors, only 1 point. They've got a gear. I've got a gear bonus of 4 points, but it's really only 1 point just to get the base. And then I've got the passives. I've got the heal for them, and then I've got the resolve. So I get 3 stacks of resolve immediately. And then I've got the master of puppets, so I get 3 extra of them. And then I've got my golem, which I showed you. He has the gargantua, and then I've got him with the resolve, so that's another 3 stacks immediately. And then I've got damage bonus. And the cooldown on their resolve, on pulling their resolve, is I think it's like 3 seconds on the golem, or 4 seconds, and I think it's like 6 seconds on the skeletal warriors. I'd have to actually look at it, count it, but that's what I'm running with. So I can pop that and keep resolve stacked. Resolve, if you don't know, the way resolve works, it's like top tier damage reduction. So as I take a damage of any kind, I lose a stack of resolve. So if I'm maintaining resolve and maintaining stacks of resolve, then I'm not taking any damage. So long as I've got stacks of resolve, that damage is going to go to those stacks of resolve. I'll lose stacks, but I won't lose health. So that's like top tier. And then I've got damage reduction, which is the next top tier damage, over block, over say dodge, over all of those other damage reduction options. There's just outright damage reduction as a stat, and then there's this one. So with resolve and damage reduction, you can alleviate a lot of damage. And if you watch me, I don't take a lot of damage. I will go through points now, and what I'll show you here is I've got some items too. Let me show you. This is my Book of the Dead. So this is my skeletons, my risen. So I've got skirmisher, cold, and bone. The cold, bone, and skirmisher are the combination I need to get the stacks of resolve. Cold gives me resolve, because if you noticed, if you read in there, then they give you any one of the 3, overpower, resolve, or ferocity. So cold is the one that gives me resolve for the mages, bone is the one that gives me resolve for the golem, and skirmisher is the one that gives me resolve for the skeletal warrior. If I go to my items here, you'll see I've got, let's see, this one may not be a good example. Imprinted shadow damage has a 15% chance to deal 20%. See, that's a lucky hit. So again, increasing lucky hit percent chance, because I've got lucky hit imprinted on different things. Desecrated ground deals 20% increased damage and makes enemies vulnerable. I got 2 stacks of resolve on that one. I've got this one you saw, lucky hit chance to freeze. This is a unique item. I can get a better version, but that 44% increased damage is actually pretty high up there. Imprinted, so this one gains increased fortified generation, which is like health on top of your health. And I get 15% damage reduction while fortified. More damage reduction, right? And I fortify is another thing that I build up. Imprinted, you gain increased movement speed per summon, so that's a movement speed. This is to give me mobility, and I added lucky hit chance to it. And then I've got my weapon, does damage over time, which is for all my dots. And then imprinted, damaging with here you go, with a basic skill, gives you 4% attack speed for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Upon reaching maximum stacks, you enter Vampiric Blood Rage, gaining 48% basic skill damage, 15% movement speed for 10 seconds. So that's where I'm getting a lot of my damage from my basic skill from. Here, my corpse skills, which is corpse explosion, gain 10% critical strike chance and 47% critical damage. And that with the miasma, the dot, the ticks do critically strike. So that's another thing. You desecrated ground, 98% increased damage, and it slows. More crowd control. You'll see I've got that in hit for damage over time, and this one's enemies take 9% increased damage over time for every second they've been afflicted by damage over time for up to 10 seconds, which if I'm doing a channel cast and I'm just holding down channeling on them, then their damage is just going up and ramping up. And as I add dots, the damage just ramps up. And you'll see their damage just ramps up so fast. It starts out a little slow, but then it ramps up, and then they're just dead. Like it happens pretty quick. And then, again, 40% damage over time on this one. Basic skills grant 35% damage reduction for 4 seconds. My basic skill is a channel. So my basic skill is giving me 35% damage reduction the entire time I'm using it, and for 4 seconds after. That's a lot. That's a lot. So once I get going, it's hard to do a lot of damage to. And I've got all my minions surrounding me. And I've got my golem does a taunt, right? So it's stacking all these different details on top of each other to give me the synergy that I need to be able to fight. So I've ran a Torment 3 and a Torment 4 pit. I beat the Torment 4 pit, but I got through it a lot slower than I would like. So it's a work in progress, but definitely clear Torment 3, no problem. I'm actually running on Torment 3 now because I cleared it so easily. It was no problem at all. I don't take damage. There are a few elites that will occasionally, like if I'm not paying attention, if I'm not really watching, then they'll get the better of me because they'll get something underneath me that I won't see, and I won't get out of the way. Or lightning. I take a lot of damage from lightning. I'll even show you here, like, my resistances aren't like uber high. They're decent. They're not bad, partially because of my intelligence. Any sorcerer or necromancer kind of gets a little boost at that because intelligence automatically increases all resistances. So I get a little bit of a boost in that because I am intelligence based. But you can see at the top right there, my physical resistance, which is my biggest one at 1800, is only 57% resistance. Now it caps out at 90%. So I still have a long way to go before I get to cap. So I'm really not doing great on resistances. But my damage reduction is what's saving me. My damage reduction and my resolve. If it weren't for stacking resolve and having that damage reduction, I wouldn't be able to survive in the torments. But I'll do a run here real quick. See how quick it is. But I'll do a pit run. Give you an idea. Do I have? No, I don't have anything selected. But I do. Ooh, I do have a tree. So there's the tree of whispers, and if you do so many, you see there at the bottom of my screen. Return to the tree of whispers to claim your reward. So I've done 12 grim favors. Well, they're basically just like quests that are out in the world, and you do those, and then you get to turn it in, and you get a little box of goodies. And I get to select one of these, and obviously the orange one is going to be the better one. It's legendary, right? So I'm going to go with the orange one almost every time. And go ahead and open that up, see what we got. Oh, all those yellow things are experience. So I just leveled up. I'm just level Paragon 69. 69. Pick all this up. Some of this is new tempers, which is good. Ooh, pants. Don't forget my pants. Oh yeah, so these are tempers. So I'll read these, I'll learn these, and then I can take these, I can go to the blacksmith and I can add these to my gear. So this one is Necromancer Wall. Ooh, Necromancer, it's a Necromancer one. Damage reduction for your summons. Chance for minion attacks to fortify you for 3% maximum life. That's really good because I have a lot of minions. They do a lot of attacking. Minions inherit your thorns. I don't need that. But to fortify, that's good. Okay. Worldly Fortune. Affixes can be applied. Okay. Lucky Chance. Or Lucky Hit Chance, rather. Impairment reduction and crowd control duration. Not bad. And this one is damage when spending Resolve. That's good. Damage per stack overpower. Okay. Well, damage when spending Resolve. And that's a 40% to 60% when spending Resolve. I don't know if it counts to spend it. I don't really spend it. Huh. I may not need that one. I don't know. I'll have to do some research on that one. When a corpse is formed from your skills or your minions fortify for 6%, or your minions fortify for 6% of your max health. Oh wow, that's pretty good. I may not wear that, but I would definitely melt it down and learn that enchantment. And this is Worldly Destruction. Oh, attack speed, critical strike chance. Critical strike chance is really good. Lucky hit up to 7 to 10%. That's good. Make enemies vulnerable for 2 seconds. Lucky hit up to 7 to 10% chance to weaken enemies for 2 seconds. Okay. And then this one, we've got fire resist, lightning resist, cold resist. Okay, different resistances. Not bad. Alright, we'll go melt all this stuff down. Alright. See, aspect unlocked, necrotic carapace. So that's the one that was on that headpiece. Oh, I need to repair that. Okay, okay. I think I've got everything I need. I'll just show you here real quick. See, so I can actually go down here to darkness damage. I can just do straight damage. I can do damage to crowd control, damage to close enemies, damage to distant enemies, damage over time, darkness damage. And as you saw, every one of my skills is darkness damage. The only ones that aren't are the Golem and the Skeletal Warriors. And they're both only at 1 point. They're really just there to give me the stacks of Resolve and to kind of give me a more cushion between me and the masses, right? That's really all they're there for. They're meat shields, or well, bone shields. There's no meat there, but they're bone shields. So yeah, that's all. So I just enhance darkness damage, and by enhancing the darkness damage, it enhances the damage that I actually do with my mages as well. So, and they give me all other boosts, like the critical strike, plus stacking Resolve. They stack per hit with 5% chance. So that's pretty awesome. So anyways, we'll get over here and we'll go run a bit. I am not doing the Torment 5 yet. We'll do a Torment 3 just to show you. Hopefully it won't take me too long. I got 2 of y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. See, so I use my tool there to get them grouped up. And then I'm just holding down my button. Get my miasma under him. And watch his health bar. Just do. Slow down a little because I didn't have my miasma ran out. There we go. You see, once I get my miasma stacked, like they just melt. Everything just melts. And the symbol under there with the fist, that's the resolve. The one you see go 5, 7, 6, that's my resolve. We close these little rifts, and these help me get the pit even faster. This is part of the seasonal thing. These rifts, these blue portals you see popping up is part of the new season, part of the season 14. Chaos rifts, I think they are, from the Pandemonium. So you get in these little circles right here, like this one I can actually get both. And then you do damage while you're in the circle, and then it closes the portal. And then you just kill the minions that are out there. Just get them all grouped up, get some bodies stacked under them, and we'll just melt them. Nice little microwave bath. Do an artillery shrine. Oh wow, it goes in every direction. That's pretty insane. I didn't know it did that. And you add artillery to my dots. It's like melty, 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 melty. Like grilled cheese. Get them all nice and grouped up there. You see the yellow bar is the timer. So it starts at 15 minutes is how long it starts out at. And it counts down from there. So you can tell when you're ahead of it because you can see how far I am. The yellow bar is me. The little time bar at the front of that is the main time. That was all my mages shooting at that one guy. Get these guys grouped up. Oh, cool. We get the elite pack, and we get the get my stacks of resolve back. One thing I've noticed is the mages do much better at keeping my resolve when it's a single target. When I've got multiple targets, the resolve, I guess the hits are so spread out with multiple targets that I don't get the resolve at the same point. So I get a little resolve starve when I'm in large packs. But I still don't take that much damage because of all my damage reduction. 35% when I'm using my basic skills, and I'm using basic skills like constantly. It's really not that small. There we go. Let's see, another portal already. Went to walk away and it opened another portal. This is what helps, how they help so much is because the so dense, such a dense enemy pack that you get so many kills so fast. it's kind of impossible not to advance the thing. You're getting so many kills so fast. See, like these guys, I'm not even always, I forget to sometimes stack my asthma under them. So, you're seeing me doing that. A lot of this damage is strictly my basic. Sure, I'll take it. Close the portal, killed all them in one shot. Almost summoned the boss. Almost. As soon as I get to the end of that timer, I summon the pit boss. I'll summon him right here. As soon as I kill these guys. There he is. Stack everything on him, watch his health. Look at his health. Make sure I keep my stacks on him. Make sure I keep my resolve stacks on me. That's another thing. Decompose is creating corpses under his feet. So as I use it, I'm creating corpses to turn into my asthma. So I boosted the range on that one. So let's start on this one next. Let's see. Oh, which one am I doing next? Abyssal. Rare nodes deal non-physical damage, increase non-physical damage. Maximum life. That looks like a good one. Alright. Pick up all my stuff there. Pour it out. That's it. That's the pit. That was a Torment 3 pit. So I'll show you here too. Just for if y'all don't know. Go over here to the pit. And I'll show you. So Torment 3 is like level 20. If I go up, you've got level 1 is normal, 2 hard, you know. So that you see how they skip a level. 5 is expert, 7 penitent, and then it skips 2. Torment 1 is level 10. Then it skips 5. Torment 2, 5, Torment 3, 5, 5, and then past that it starts skipping 10. So each torment becomes 10 full levels above the previous one. So it's no joke to do the next torment up, because you're doing 5 to 10 whole levels above what you've previously done. Pretty big jump. You start getting into like the torments are a big change compared to penitent. And then when you get into, say, Torment 7, that's when you really hit a milestone and things change in the pit, in the torment overall, in the difficulty, and the game starts changing how it looks at your skills. It starts adding more debuff, or I guess a good way to put it is ignore, to your skills. So you get a percentage, basically a handicap, placed on you after 7. And then 10, after 10, that handicap starts really getting bigger and bigger. So after 10, it starts really getting like challenging. People, and I did last season, like you often, it's very common to hit like a complete brick wall when you get to Torment 10 and say I was in Torment 9, I was farming Torment 9 like no problem, killing things, no problem, get through pits like super fast, and then I hit Torment 10, instant, like dead, instantly. Couldn't even defend myself. Tried again and like almost instant death again. Like I managed to run around for a second and just like avoid death for a little bit, but the jump from 9 to 10 is drastic. It's a big difference, a big change how the game sees your stats and uses your stats or doesn't use your stats. Um, so you have to really start gearing and preparing for that. That's where stats like just outright damage reduction comes in. It's one of the best stats, top tier stats there is for avoiding damage. So I went ahead and started stacking it early on, that and resolve. So I figured the Necromancer has a resolve engine. I'm going to try to use it. So that's my attempt here. This is what I'm doing. It works amazing on a boss because when I've got a single target, the mages are just single targeting that one character and they're just over and 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 over. So you can see my resolve just up and up and up and up, and then it hits at 16 and it just kind of, you'll see it dip, back up, dip, back up, dip, back up. So on a single target, I don't have a problem. Where I run into the problem is the packs, and I think it's because they're spreading out their fire among so many different targets. So I'm not getting that 5% chance nearly as often. But even without that, I still have a pretty regular 3 to 6 that I can count on. So if I get in trouble, I can pop the golem and tell the golem, I can just basically command the golem to attack or command the skeletal warriors to attack. And I really don't care what they attack. It's not about that. It's about giving me those 3 stacks of resolve. Because those 3 stacks of resolve are going to withstand 3 sources of damage like that. Just ignore. So I have 6 total between the golem and the skeletal warriors that I can just ignore. And those refresh every 6 to 3 seconds. So I can pretty well keep that up. You combine that with my damage reduction while casting my basic in 4 seconds after that, and as long as I have that 4-second window, as long as I continue casting, I've got that 35% damage reduction pretty constantly, right? That's actually why I've got that on my amulet, is because it boosts it. Anything on an amulet or a two-handed weapon gets a 50% to 100% boost in its stats. So that's why I tempered the damage over time to it, as well as tempering the, or as well as doing the enchant for that, because it doubled the amount that I got for it. So 35%. It wasn't 35% previously. So that's a huge, huge chunk of my damage reduction right there. But that's the Necro, man. I'm loving him. I'm really enjoying it. You know, I didn't even pay attention to what I titled this. Oh, good. It's Diablo Season 4. I didn't even pay attention. See, I'm still pretty new at this, so I don't always catch those things. But, and you can see down at the Essence, my blue bauble down at the bottom, right next to it, I've got 9 skeletal warriors, 5 skeletal mages, and then you can see the giant golem. So, anything that does, okay, you get so much percentage of this per summon. Well, I mean, I've got 9, 10, 14, 15 summons. So I get 15%. If it's 1% per summon, I get 15%. Right off the, just off the cuff. Just. And, yeah. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. I think the cosmetics look amazing too. I think he looks cool as hell. Look at his shield. That's all from this season. The wings are from this season. That wand is from this season. Um, the chest and the robes and all that is from last season. Yeah, you see the wings, like, I love that. The mask is that, or the helm is actually one that I picked up. It's a unique that I melted down. That I really liked how it looked. It looked really good with this gear too, so I kept it. It's called the Unmaker. Ah. And then you see my portal and my little pet. So my little pet. Little dragon. Little green dragon. This is my favorite pet though. Cat. My kitty cat. Yeah. And then I'll show you. This is my mount. Kind of custom. The armor and the saddle and all that is from this season. The horse is from last season, and the little dog dangle red lantern thing is actually for my cat. It's the cat that goes with the cat. But yeah, I thought it went well together. Anyways, that's the necro. We got a new temper. Movement speed, mobility, and evade. Okay. I've got a lesser version of that, so that's just an upgrade. We'll go melt all this. If y'all want to leave any comments or anything, that'd be amazing. That'd be awesome. Good comments. I don't like negative ones. Hurt my feelings. I was having trouble with some of the recordings. My audio didn't seem to be loud enough, so I'm trying to talk louder or loud enough to be picked up by the mic. So if I talk quietly, I'm still trying to pick up the habit to talk a little louder. And I apologize. And I'd like to see if y'all are more interested in seeing anything else. Like if I've got some other games as well. Let me go here. Yeah. I've got some other games. I've got the other day I was playing one that was pretty cool. If you like story-based games, the Thaumaturge. I streamed at least the first portion of that, and I'll probably stream more of it as I play it. And then also there's Path of Exile I just got. Path of Exile 2, I should say. It's still in beta. The original was known as one of the harder RPGs. It's almost identical to Diablo in a lot of ways. It's just a lot more gritty, and the skill system is a lot more difficult. Oh, it's on the first Crucible run. I already ran the first Crucible run, but the Crucible runs are how I unlock the torments. Yeah. So go down here. Cool. Well, I'll take a moment real quick and look at the seeds and stuff. Unlock the box I noticed a minute ago. There we go. So I've completed all of the first rank. So now I'm on rank 2. And I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 things to complete it. And none of which are skills. I do have an ash right there, smoldering ash on this one. Smoldering ash is what unlocks these season blessings. These season blessings are like this 20%. I mean, not a glimpse of hope. The glint, that's the new seasonal stuff. Grants a chance to earn extra upgrades for improving glyphs. Improving glyphs. boost the chance for ancestral cash to appear. Um, Last season that didn't ever work for me. I never got an ancestral cache, and I had it maxed out, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah. So what I'm really going for are these right here, like this one, because it's got a new skill point. So, and these skill points that you earn through the season are available on every character that you create. So as I go to create a new character, I'll have, like right now, as I created my rogue, I think I have 7 extra points that I just get to throw on just right at the very beginning. And so to start out with 7 skill points or 8 skill points, it's pretty significant. So that's always the first thing you want to go for, is those skill points that are in the season, and get those skill points filled out. I'll show you the rogue here real quick. The rogue's cosmetics all come from last season. The rogue's build is mostly going to come from last season. I didn't really get to use last season's, so I'm just redoing her, and I'm going to use her as, going to try to use her as my main. The rogue's apparently doing pretty well this season. I was looking at some other videos. One of the main guys I watch, and the barb, the rogue, and the necromancer are like the top ones this season. So I didn't actually pick the necromancer for that reason. I didn't know that when I picked the necromancer. I didn't know that when I picked the other two. Although the barb is almost always one of the top choices. It's only fell to the bottom a couple of times. And the rogue is usually up there pretty high because of its unparalleled damage. So that was just kind of a good guess. The necro was, I just wanted to do a necromancer. I hadn't done one in ages, so I just wanted to do a necromancer, and I wanted to do a custom build because they redid with this new dev release with the new season. They redid a lot of the old builds and nerfed them. So like the sorcerer is really badly nerfed. It's really low on the ranks this season. Both the warlock and the paladin that just came out are not doing that well this season. So they did a lot of nerfs on these builds that have been around for ages and ages and ages. So I wanted to take the opportunity. I always like doing custom builds. I never like I might go on to Icy Veins or I can't remember the name of the other one that's real popular, and just look up builds just to kind of see what other people are doing and maybe get some ideas. But I don't ever copy a build. I always go through and make my own build. I don't ever want to copy a build because it just takes the enjoyment out of it for me. And you're not really comfortable with the build. You're right, like I guess some people can be, but like I try to get into it and I don't really get comfortable with the build that well. So I prefer to create my own build as I go along. And it helps me build synergy, it helps me build the connections, and helps me really see how each piece of the puzzle is fitting together. My necromancer might have a few too many pieces fitting together, but it's working for me right now. So I'm gonna keep stacking what I've got, and then if I have to change it, I hit Torment 7, Torment 10, then I'll reevaluate at that point. But I really think I've got a decent build. So, my rogue. I had a warlock last season. My rogue is gonna be a cold imbuement rogue. So I'll show you this real quick. This is her setup. She got a baby puppy. See the baby puppy in her little pouch there. And he even wiggles. See, oh look, see, oh, he's so cute. Yeah, anyways. And then she's got her tribal wolf garb. I went ahead because I really like that garb. She's got her bone knife down there on her leg. I think it looks really good. And then her little death thing because she's got the wolf. Her weapons. That one should be, there we go. I actually got, oh, I got new stuff. Y'all want to see the new stuff I got? I got some new cosmetics for the road. Right, okay, let's check this out. This is brand new stuff. Thought maybe I might have something more befitting. There we go, that looks a little better. These are the ones from last season. I don't know what they did. They're kind of messed up. But that's it. It's green to match the season, so maybe and I may change this. I may just stick with the wings look pretty good, pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. But with the red, I could do that. This is from a previous season. It looks pretty dope. I just can't change the color of the daggers. But I can do this because I've got red daggers. There we go. What do we think of that? I like it. I like it. We'll go with this one. And we'll change the wolf to the laughing snake. What will we change the pet to? We're going for a red theme. I've got the loath root. Like a really mad little baby Groot. Angry baby Groot. I've got the abyssal dog, abyssal hound, herald of hatred. And then I've got this guy. Might go with him. I've got the cat. Could go with the cat. I think the cat fits pretty good. I think we're gonna go with the cat. I like my cat. This is what I've got as the mount, but that can be changed. I've got these two. Those would look cool. Undeniably. Hell, I think that's what we're gonna do. I like that. Do I have dragon armor? I don't think I had dragon armor. There we go. I think that fits pretty well. We'll keep that. Yeah. I think she looks pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. That's the rogue. That's the rogue. Best way to show you what she is gonna be, because she is not yet, is to show you what her copy is, or what she's copied from. This was my last season's rogue. Ooh, excuse me. All right. This one's going with the full wolf theme. We're sticking with the wolf theme on this one. So, I'll go to the build. First, she is based on combo points. With a rogue, you get 3 options. You get inner sight, preparation, or combo points. Each work a little bit differently. You can kind of read them. This one, you spend energy to reduce your ultimate skill's cooldown. So basically, it's preparation. You're prepping your cooldown, right? This one, attack enemies to fill your inner sight gauge. Marked enemies fill it faster. When full, restore 300 energy, gain 100% energy cost reduction, 25% good for fade check, blah, 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 blah. Right? So it's build up and then attack. Combo points. Your basic skills now generate combo points. Core skills consume combo points for additional effects. Pretty basic. Pretty basic. So, I just go with a real basic attack. A Heart Seeker, 1 point. I've got energy to build up energy. Pierce to help build up more energy because the more enemies it hits. And then Devouring Arrow pierces 1 additional time, deals 10% increased damage, enemy hits 4 seconds, up to 40%. So, it's an energy builder. That's all it is. And then we skip, and we go to dash, and we put 1 point in just to give me the ability. We go for critical strike chance just to give me a boost. We go for charges and cooldown reduction, so I get more and can use it sooner. And then we go with shadow play. Shadow play allows me to dash. It creates basically a shadow clone behind me. It deals damage, and the cooldown is reduced by 1 second per enemy hit. So if I go through a big crowd, it reduces the cooldown of my dash and makes it where I can dash again more often. So it kind of gives me a lot of mobility. But I don't need a lot of points in it. I just need the points for the points so I can use it. My big one is Dark Shroud. Dark Shroud changed to cold. Best served cold. So Dark Shroud, surround yourself with up to 5 protective shadows, gain 14.4% resistance to all elements per active shadow. If you have the maximum amount of shadows, direct damage is reduced by 20% each time you take damage a shadow is consumed. So it's massive damage reduction is what it is. Then you add Best Served Cold. So when a shadow is consumed, it explodes. For Frigid Nova, it deals 250,000 cold damage surrounding enemies and chills them for 30%. So I'm doing a lot of cold damage and chill. So it hits hard and it does a lot of crowd control. Then I go down here and I've got cold imbuement, 15 of 15. This is another big one, energy to help me build up more energy. Then I've got overpower, so when I freeze an enemy, cold imbuement gains 1 stack of overpower. And I freeze a lot of enemies. And cold imbuement is cast now, creates a frigid emanation around you for 6 seconds that deals another 278 cold damage and chills enemies within for 15%. for every half a second. That's huge. 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 And then Shadow Clone. So my last one, my ultimate, 15 of 15, and again we go cold. Shadow Clone becomes marksman skill. Now summons a stationary shadow that fires piercing arrows. Shadow Clone gains 2 additional charges. Cooldown is reduced by 20 seconds, and you have up to 3 Shadow Clones active at one time. So it's not cold. I apologize, marksman. So it's a barrage build, but it's a cold imbuement build. Because my other main one is barrage, so I use barrage like a shotgun. It's also got broadside, so pierces, fires 2 less arrows. Its arrows each drop 1 stun grenade that deals 57,000 damage. So I'm dropping stuns at the same time. So a lot of crowd control and doing a lot of damage to crowd controlled enemies. And then if I look at my items here, so this one's a very item specific build. This is the main driver right here. So your core skills deal 54% increased damage for 5 seconds when consuming 3 combo points. Casting basic skills always generates 3 combo points. So now all I have to do is combo point, bam, combo point, bam, combo point, bam, combo. I don't have to build 3 combo points anymore. I can just hit it once, get all 3, and then blow them up. So it's literally just bam, 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 bam. So this is like build to 3 combo points, shotgun. Build to 3 combo points, shotgun. And then I've got other items that your freeze effects permanently take 11% increased cold damage from me. Where's this one? This one. Grenades gain 50% increased size and deal 83% increased damage. The stun grenades I drop. Okay. After freeze expires, enemies explode for 106% of the damage you dealt to them while frozen. Casting Dark Shroud makes you immune for 2 seconds, but you evade the cooldown and freeze. I don't care about that. And that's not as important to my build. That's not as important to my build. Not as important to my build. I would actually prefer to have Frostburn here and oh, what are they? Penitent Greaves? The Penitent Greaves that cause the chill effect. So that's just even more chill and frost damage that I'm doing. Frostburn is the same gloves that I've got on my Necro that I showed you. So that would just be stacking frost on frost on frost. So it's a little gear dependent because I have to have the Condemnation Dagger. But with other than that dagger, I don't need any of these. These are just stacking it more and more and more and more and more. So I find that important in a build. I try to not make it utterly gear dependent. But this one did. I found that dagger and it was just like utterly game changing. It's not dependent on it, but it makes the build just click. Like it really makes it just come together. And you can actually see he's got 3 skill points. He's got 3 skill points because of the new skills, the new points that I've gotten in the new season. So you can see that it applies all the way around. So those points are account wide. But I'm going to pause this for a little bit, guys, and we're going to take a brief break, and I will be back here in a little bit, and I might change games, so I may go offline just momentarily to change games, and I may show you Passive Exile, or I may play a little Thaumaturge. If anyone has an opinion on those, then just let me know in chat, and I'll see it as as I'm on break. Path of Exile 2. Diablo's evil stepbrother. I don't know when Path of Exile originally came out. I'd have to look that up. I know Diablo, I believe, was 1997 was Diablo 1. Actually, we can do that real quick. Hey Google, what year was Path of Exile originally released?
2013.
So, and what year was Diablo originally released?
1996.
Whoa, that was a weird way to put that. 1996. I was a year old. So, yeah. It's more like its evil step little brother. So, Path of Exile. Only way to really show you why it's its evil stepbrother is to just show you. This is Path of Exile 2. But what made it the evil stepbrother is still there in full force. I've already started a witch here. Haven't really gotten very far. She's only level 2. I've just gotten into the beginning town. That's it. That's all I've done with her. I want to stream all my play with PoE, or Path of Exile. So, I'm not playing on her unless I'm streaming. But I really want to show y'all what makes Path of Exile Path of Exile. First of all, it has a facing. I have to be facing the right direction. Cast the spell I need to cast, or to attack the enemy I have to attack. So you see this, I'm not moving, I'm facing. Now yes, I can face and move at the same time, but sometimes in attacking, I just need to turn a different direction, right? Yeah, that's the thing, that's the thing. There's also a lot of, dodging and Dark Souls-esque combat. Like, it expects you to dodge and roll and move and duck or whatever you have to do to stay out of the way. It's not like Diablo where I'm attempting to just reduce damage. I'm not just standing there taking damage. I'm trying to actively avoid damage. Like, damage will kill you, right? So there's that. Then there's this. Oh, wrong button. I'm still getting used to the controls on this one. Here it is. So, first of all, the graphics in this one, they have vastly improved. Also, like, this is old school Diablo stuff right here. My inventory. See this? Everything has a different shape, a different size. Everything is in a different... So, I have to organize my inventory. My health potion and my mana potion. I don't have a bunch of potions that I stock up on. I have a potion that refills, right? And I can upgrade this potion, right? Pretty sure that's how it works, if I remember right. Then, we go to skills, right? This isn't too chaotic. It's not too terrible. You learn skills. It's pretty simple, right? You get different things. You learn different things. Cool. This goes on down, you get several skills. Cool, right? Right. Very cool. Very cool. This is where it gets crazy. Okay? Hold on a second. This isn't even all of it. I can't even zoom out all the way. These are your passive. And there's a billion of them. I don't know if that's the actual number, but there's a ton of them. And you look, and there are things like 15% increased flash effect duration, 33% increased damage with hits against enemies affected by ailments, 10% increased projectile damage. Like they're not giant steps, right? But I'll add it up. They will make you extremely powerful once you add them all up. But if I remember correctly, another thing that makes this insane is it's not that easy to reverse this. I believe you can, but you have to go through like this arduous process. They make you really think about the path that you want to go on. And you only get so many points overall. So you're not filling in this whole thing. No way. No way. Not even close. So you have to really be picky with what you choose and the direction you go. But as you can see, what that provides you is a million different ways you can build a particular character. Because all of them have passives to this extreme. This is insane character creation. This is why this is Diablo's evil little stepbrother. It's insane. It's just insane. It's just insane. And the stats are very D&D-esque. So energy, life, mana, spirit, those are pretty simple. But you get down here and you get a lot more detailed. So this is a intense game. It's very difficult. You will die a lot, and you will die in annoying ways that you'll hate yourself for. You didn't dodge, you didn't move, you didn't do this. Like, it'll always be something stupid. But that's the nature of this game. The map too. Oh, the map. I don't even know if I can zoom out? Won't let me. The map is huge. Can't zoom out and see it all because I don't think this character can see that far, but let me see. There we go. There we go. That's above or below. Oh, so that's below ground. Okay. So, see, the map is extensive, and I can't even see it all. It's just a much more advanced version, or advanced type of Diablo. Advanced, same, I don't even know what to call the genre that Diablo is. It's probably a good name for it. It's probably a legitimate name for it. I don't know what it is. But whatever that is, this is like a really advanced version of that. And it's fun if you really like the challenge. It's really fun if you like the challenge. I just really want to show you this. I want to show you the character creation. Oh, wrong button. So we'll go down here to character selection. And we'll go to, there we go, create character. So these are your characters. Start at the beginning. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Ranger! An outcast, lurking among the shadows of the trees like an animal. You murdered one of my soldiers in the name of a filthy thief. Your guilt is clear. Plead for mercy, if you must.
And then she's got an alternate version.
Feral Asmirian, expelled from your mountain.
They each have an alternate version that you can unlock the others.
Oh, how the glory of the Asmiri has faded. I sentence you to death. Say your piece.
We've got
Foundling! It is a pity to see you like this. You arrived on our shores a whipped and broken child. Our people made you strong. How were they repaid? Sedition and lies. Speak now if you choose. Primal Druid. A man torn between two worlds. But our forests have no place for another of your kind. Let the Great Wolf hear your final remarks.
kind of fucked up.
Foul witch! Your very own coven cast you out for your forbidden pursuits. Your twisted necromancy ends here, at the end of a noose. Speak your last.
Her other version.
Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance has led you here, and arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece.
The witch is the one that I created. It's the one I had when I played in the first one. I'll probably create a sorceress too, just because I like casters.
Hired hand! Every life has a price, and your crossbow has kept your coin purse full. Here you are judged and found guilty. What say you?
And then finally,
Pagan! You failed to liberate your brothers, just as you have failed in poisoning my subjects against me. Call out to your dreamer. Let us see if he answers.
I'll go ahead and create a sorceress just to let you see what happens.
Sorceress! You were banished by your Akara for experimenting with the elements. Arrogance has led you here, and arrogance keeps you on those gallows. Speak your piece.
Oh, I guess that's already taken. Yeah, that's another thing is you have to. It's like old school, where you have to have a name that's not taken. Like it doesn't. Yeah, so you have to be very, very singular in your character creation. Let's see. There we go. When all else fails, add an extra letter. Just 1 second. Alright, I'm back, and we're on the Thaumaturge. This is my next newest one that I started recently. I'm not going to start a new game on this one. Pretty sure it's a single save. But I've got it, it's all, my previous gameplay is on YouTube. So if you want to see it, you can always pull it up on YouTube. Let's see, my YouTube is under the same Jasper Derson, so should be able to pull it up under there. So let's see. Did I put it up and then forget to name it properly? That's possible. Huh. Well, I'm not seeing it now. Under my live. Appreciate y'all watching again. I was on the beat that. Yeah, I'm not seeing it here, so I know I streamed it, so more than likely I just didn't name it properly. It's one of these that I didn't name correctly. I think it's actually during this last one, the PoE beta that I did, the 5-hour one. Either that or the 6-hour one. So it's possible. But it's in the past now. Go back to the game. So this one's like really interesting. It's based in like old school Russia. He's from Warsaw. Several of the characters, I think he's in Georgia currently, and currently the players that you're interacting with are from Georgia. So it's interesting. You also play a character that is he's a thaumaturge. He has senses and perceptions well beyond ours. Like he can sense your intentions. He can sense your he can pick up thoughts and actions left in objects and read the object and follow clues and things. It's really interesting. Really interesting. So this is his perception ability. And you can see they've got it like a snap. So like they've actually got tension on it. This is normal, right? This is, I think that's cool. So anyways, we'll move around here. You can talk to some people. You can listen into them. So go down here. And then you'll see, see here we go. Beware of the thaumaturges, who act in secret, plotting to bring down the economy and thus take complete control over our society. Let us protect our children from those degenerates waiting for the right moment to take control over the most innocent minds and souls. Let us get rid of those parasites. Recent research shows that thaumaturge brains are burned out from thoughts that go against nature, hence they cannot be treated equally to normal people. Let us act now before it is too late. Wow. Wanted notice? Oh, okay. All right. Today, the Supreme Order of August 28th was announced. The Governor General of Warsaw, Commander of the Warsaw Military District, Adjunct General, I am not going to try to say that name, will be released from his current duties while retaining the title of Adjunct General. He will be replaced by his second in command, Adjunct General Scallon. Warsaw Courier. When this issue of the Courier is in your hands, the ancient city of Warsaw will be receiving its most distinguished guest, His Majesty Nikolai II, the Emperor of all Russia, the King of Poland, Grand Duke of Finland, and Her Royal Highness Alexandria something or another will arrive in our city this afternoon. This will be the royal couple's first visit to Warsaw. On this long-awaited and joyous occasion, our city has taken up a festive appearance. Streets have been adorned with festoons of flowers and greenery, and the entire area that the royal procession will pass through is filled with crowds of people wishing to pay homage to their majesties on behalf of Warsaw and all the kingdom. Kind of skipped ahead. I didn't realize there was that much. All the kingdom. And with that vow of loyal allegiance, Polish hearts send to the throne a quiet echo of fervent desires and lasting comfort. These arise from His Majesty's words, who declared in his grand manifestos that his ultimate goal was to ensure the happiness of all his loyal subjects and to discern all his loyal subjects' needs. Those gracious words of the sovereign have become a source of comfort for all the people of the Kingdom of Poland. And in the name of that comfort, the Polish people under Russian rule are happy to greet His Majesty today, trusting their substantial needs will be recognized and ready for civic and public service. Ew. Revolutionary leaflets. The 11-hour workdays are killing us. Let's follow example of workers in German and English factories and fight to reduce them to 9 working hours. Join the strike, put down your tools, and join the fight for our future. Yeah, that used to be a thing. That used to be a thing here too. That's why we celebrate things like Labor Day and things like that. because, you know, we used to not have those freedoms. This is like your your appendage. It's like your finger. No, this is like your appendix. It's like your, I guess, encyclopedia. They call it your entries. So it's everything you've learned so far. These are your skills. This is pretty cool. So your perception, this enables perception of the dimension of heart. Um, gives 60% chance of dealing double damage. So that's a pretty typical bonus. Perfection makes every attack on the enemy deal the maximum possible damage. This is your up here, up here, up here. That's the thing's the spirit or whatever. That's his name. Um, and Rasputin, the Rasputin, helped me complete my bond with him. And then I have more things that he can do. So he can actually, after I unlock my bond with him, I can attack, and then he can actually attack as like a secondary attack behind mine. It's pretty interesting. Um, and then he's got perception of the mind, perception of deed, and then perception of word. I've already captured him. Ooh, sorry. They're salutors is what they're called. And Rasputin helped me tame him as well. Vukovac is a manipulation. So bonded brutality increases damage from the salutor's next attack by 50%. Reduces focus. So I can reduce their focus and cause them to be distracted, and gives me a chance for an extra hit. But sometimes takes me time to build up that distraction, which can leave me open to a hit. These are things that I picked up that have traces on them. So like the doll has a trace, looks old, haunting memory of a destroyed childhood. Um, So like yeah, so like he can pick up the doll and get like the trace, the haunting memory of the childhood. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. Uh, there's map, journal. Yeah, that's it there. Starting to get to me, guys. That's the thing with playing just after work. Been working all day or all night, all day to me. Um, and now I'm just tired. Let's see. Oh, it's the menu. Mocha black coffee. Pillar. We'll let this play for a moment, and I've got to run to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
Why such a crowd?
A circus has come to town.
These are troubled times. Brothers turn against brothers. Russia has had enough bloodshed. The violence must stop. When socialists attempt to divide Russia and her subject nations, to dent the sword that smote the enemy at Grunwald, this demands my decisive action. Thus, by my grace, I hereby appoint as Governor General of Warsaw, Georgi Antonovich Skowon.
A butcher.
Not a popular guy, I presume.
I see you ain't from here. That swine keeps a photo album of all the folks he's had shot at the Citadel.
Before and after execution.
Warsaw! The time for leniency and indulgence is over. From the moment this office is bestowed on me, no forces hostile to the subjects of Greater Russia will have any further right to exist. None! Whether it be brutal socialist subversives, communists, Jews, or other satanic provocators.
He sure knows how to unite a crowd.
Pardon me, are you Polish?
I was born in Warsaw, but I'm lapsed. My name's Victor.
Wanda.
This is Russia here. Like it or not. Warsaw! Время террора закончилось.
Иди нахуй!
My first decision as Governor General of Warsaw. Arrestować.
Great heroes in their sense of timing. Of course, now they're the first ones in the fight.
Самообладание, Polyaki. We want that rebel. The Loudmouth.
Damn.
What happened?
Be a gentleman. Please kneel and tie my shoe.
I didn't dare suggest it myself.
Can I ask you a tiny favor? The Russians can't find out about this. The military is just looking for an excuse to suppress the crowd, and these workers are dreaming of thrashing a Russian gendarme.
Either one of you confesses to disturbing the peace, or всех забирай. We'll take you all in.
You can't handle all of us.
Can you get us out of here?
I think I'm open to any kind of suggestion.
With a book like that, I'd find out what would convince one of these bastards to let us go. Or I'd take on that self-appointed leader of the proletariat.
Interesting strategy. Who are you, really?
A damsel in distress.
Those don't usually hide ammunition in their stockings.
Can I explain it to you another time?
For instance, I could disclose to a soldier that you came here with ammunition under your skirt.
Maybe we should see who they believe. A respected lady of Warsaw, or a common magician who just 100 years ago would have been burned at the stake.
Well, since you asked so nicely, I'm going to take a look around.
So I'm gonna order some food here. So probably gonna go ahead and leave the camera off. I wanted to wait for a moment to let you know. This game does a lot of dialogue, so I don't like to interrupt the dialogue. I want to talk to you, but I don't want to interrupt the dialogue. They're the guards, right? It's a cool, yeah. Talk to this guy.
Do you think it's a good idea to stir people up and send them to face bullets and bayonets?
What do you want then? My whole life on my knees? Kissing Ruski's ass?
Do you realize blood is about to be spilled? And that it might be mine? Fuck off!
That didn't go well. Let's see.
Pardon me, gentlemen.
The crowd has received the order. For now, zero response.
We'll give them a moment to arrest them all, book them, interrogate them. Gospodи will be home in November.
Gentlemen, please, forgive me. Maybe there's a faster way to get this situation resolved.
Back off, Poriak, or we'll start shooting. Paniatno? Scrum! Dawaj.
Sergeant, I didn't want to do this, but my name is Viktor Szulski.
Shulski or Smolski, I don't care.
We'll make an example of you for the rest of these bastards.
So a fight it is. He's got a really big sword. I don't like that. Guess we'll just go with it. Anytime and green frame around inside continues music. They're accepting effective in a fight. How do I... oh wait. Well, they're both effective in the fight. What can he do? Owl. Bloody wedding. Dude. I want to take out this guy with his sword. 10 damage. But he received more. Oh, yeah, he's out. He's distracted now. Oh, I didn't even get to see what his was. Okay, okay. Or if you can take away the opponent's focus and launch a strong attack. Huh. Oh. He's never done that before. What else does this guy have? Oh, well, I mean, that's messed up.
Name?
Shulski. Victor.
One of those Shulskis?
Yes.
My condolences. Now, profile.
Thank you.
What you pissing in the bucket for, asshole?
Where else am I supposed to?
Brown in the bucket, whiz on the wall.
You better remember that, too. That bucket's gonna last you guys till tomorrow.
Can I use the phone?
It must reek in there. "11-hour workdays would fucking kill you. 10-hour workdays. I mean, we did those for a while. Like 6-7 days a week. Let's talk to this guy. Wise guy.
What are you staring at, Ganef?
I don't know what that means.
Quit squealing. First time in the big city? Have some respect if you don't know who you're running your mouth at. What did they put such a swell in jail for?
I showed a couple of Russian soldiers when I think about the petitions.
I have moments like that sometimes.
And I gave it to some Ruskies in the Kisser, too. There's this red-bearded fella sitting there. I glassed him in the face, then kicked him in the bean, and wham! On the floor. And I pinched his billfold, too.
Did anybody ask you? Shut your damn trap. Well, are you from somebody?
My name's Viktor Szulski, and I work on my own behalf.
All right. Respect.
First of all, I am a Thaumaturge.
Now them, I got respect for. I know one really decent Jew from Povishla, who's a wizard too.
How about you? You got a foreskin or what?
Is my foreskin any of your fucking business?
Well, no. I was just...
Schmuck. But you don't look like much of a Warsaw lad.
You should not judge a book by its cover.
A tough guy, like a real Warsaw lad.
I was born here. Now I've come home.
Welcome to Warsaw.
I wouldn't call you a master strategist.
You got away from the station, so theoretically, we achieved our goal.
You're not losing your sense of humor. I guess this isn't your first time in a place like this, is it?
We've got a little time to kill. Maybe now you can tell me more about yourself. You seem to know your way around this setting. You been here often?
I'll take that as a compliment. And sure, sometimes, if the cause demands it.
What cause?
Let's say I know certain folks who'd find poles like you useful.
Dealers in stolen Dutch pomade?
Donut connoisseurs. They met at Burke Rotblitz's cafe.
What exactly do your friends do?
I'd be glad to tell you, over coffee and jam donuts.
I'm afraid all these crews might have more questions and want to keep you here longer.
Then you won't just miss out on the pastries, but also an adventure worthy of a great cause.
Szulski!
I see you won't be hanging out here long either.
Szulski, this yours?
That's right.
Then take it and get out of here.
Thank you.
all is available here. So,
I'm sure you don't remember me. My name's Hayat, Mordecai Hayat. I wanted to offer my condolences.
Thank you.
Please, forgive my prying. I know Mr. Shulsky took nitroglycerin for his heart, but how did he pass away? Was that his cause of death? His heart?
Why are you so interested in my father's cause of death?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone. I'm sure you want to bid farewell to your father.
I think I ought to arrest you, Thaumaturge. Put your hands down. Someone might see. You still haven't figured out who I am? Don't be surprised. The last time we saw one another was 20 kilos ago.
Uncle Veronian?
I will not keep you. That guy's probably all alone back there, among those vultures circling Stasio. I'm sure she'll be glad to see you. Go on. We'll talk later.
Sister?
Victor. I'm so glad you came. I wasn't sure if my telegram had reached you.
I'm glad too. How are you holding up?
Oh, this caught me off guard, but
so when I had
for
an
now, I don't
opportunity
have time to think things through calmly.
to message my
yourself.
sister
What happened?
earlier in the previous play, and I did, and I had an opportunity to quip about my father at the time, and I did not, or aggravate him, and then he died right after that, so I chose not to aggravate him. So I think that's boding well for me.
I took a short trip to a Warsaw jail.
What? Are you joking? During the funeral? Are you alright?
Everything's fine, don't worry. Have you written to Mother?
Yes, but what can you expect? You know what Nadia is like. It was never her style to show up for family events like this. It's getting late, and we've still got the reading of Papa's will ahead of us at home. And I'll leave you two alone. I suppose you've got your own matters to clear up.
Fine, let's get this over with.
I think it's going to
So,
bode well for me
it was
later.
me who got it right in the end. Back then, on the train platform, was the last time we saw one another. 15 years ago. After brief suffering, fell asleep in the Lord. Brief? I hope not. Did you write this yourself? A tyrant, bigot, and liar, mistakenly absolved, died after suffering all too briefly. That's better. Definitely closer to the truth.
Yeah.
The day you died, you visited me in my dreams. I was a child when you hounded me out of here, and I remember you as you were back then. But in my dream you looked older. You gave me hell as usual. You didn't believe I'd succeed. You were wrong. I've come back with 2 saluters. I'm sorry there are so many things I didn't get to say to your face. All those years, I said them over and over to myself in my head. How you were never able to admit a mistake. You never sought blame in yourself. Someone else was always guilty, never you. Mother, because she wanted something for herself in life. Ligia, because she wasn't born a boy. Me, because I was born a Thaumaturge, but I didn't want to live following your principles. And now... Farewell, Father.
Am I intruding?
Have you been eavesdropping like that for long?
All my life, I came to pay my respects to the dead. Stanisław and I were acquainted. You might say I knew everything about your father. Mr. Victor Szulski, isn't it? Your absence from Warsaw has happily come to an end, I hope.
I don't think so. I intend to leave as soon as I wrap up my family obligations. I doubt we'll have time to meet again.
Who knows? Again, my condolences.
I can't.
I didn't catch your name.
My name's Kaniechkin. Ivan Kaniechkin. Goodbye.
Such interesting friends you had. I guess I'm more tired than I thought.
Pause it here, guys. My food's almost here, so I'm gonna go grab that and get my food. I'll be back. I'm not sure how long I'll be after that, but I'll be back here shortly. So I'm gonna actually call it here tonight, this afternoon. I'm gonna eat, go ahead and hit the sack, and go to work and repeat this all. So hopefully, I do have a court tomorrow, so I have to deal with that. But after all that, should be free to log in, and I'll see you all hopefully after that. I'll have a good rest of your day. Thank you.